Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my YouTube channel, my new YouTube video. My name's Courtney Mace. I run Mace Made. I am the Mace in Made. Funny enough. And today we are combining some printmaking strategies. So we're going to combine a multi-block print. Let's just move that out of the way. A multi-block print and a reduction print. So multi-block uses a different block, lino block for each color, whereas a reduction, we start with one color, carve away, print the same, carve away, next color, carve away, next color. So we're going to try combine the two using my sketchy chicken block as a base and then adding color to it. So I've already got the outline and I want to kind of create layers of color underneath it, and that's where the multi-block comes in. Let's have a look. This is the beauty we're making today. He's cool, so cool. Let's just get stuck in and get going. Boom. So I've got some things ready. I'm going to treat this in setup wise like I would a reduction print, because I'm going to be doing a reduction print. Actually, I think it's the same setup even with a multi-block. It's the way I would set up a multi-block. So I've got here some A4 paper that I'm going to print on. It's good quality cartridge paper. I've got a bit of like real thick cardboard. You could use like the backboard of a pad of paper you've got. Now I've also got the Turns Burton registration system, which I'm going to use. So I've got the tabs as well here. And yeah, I'm going to basically set this up. So when I'm going to show you the process of how I set it up. I usually start with my paper. So I'm actually going to put that fairly low down. I'm just going to mark the corners. And this is just, I do this because then I can add the registration tabs to this paper. This registration system basically makes sure that each layer can be lined up perfectly with the last one. So I am just going to quickly do this. Okay, so I've just got some tape to attach my Turns Burton. Now you want the knobbly bit fairly close to where the paper is, because the tabs, I'm actually going to do it this way. I usually do it this way. The tabs are only quite small, so you attach one side and then the other tab goes onto there. So I need to have enough down here to attach to the paper, if that makes sense. So as long as it's fairly close to it, I'm just going to do this and fold it over. You can use all sorts of things. I see people online using washi tape. I don't like using washi tape because it's so important these don't move. So that's why I use stronger tape. I usually use like my painter's tape, the super sticky one. I've got the delicate surface one. That's not sticky enough. I'll quickly show you. So to attach the tabs, I lay this down like this. I hook my tabs onto, so you got the little circle and then the not so circle rectangle. So you put them on like that. This is where I use washi tape. So then just get washi tape and stick it on the back. Doesn't matter if they get a bit wonky, doesn't matter, because the point is as long as this piece of paper goes down in the exact same spot next time. So then I would just do that to all my bits of paper. I won't bore you with that. So the next thing I need to do is I'm actually going to pop my chicken on here exactly where I want it. How's that looking? I think it needs to come down a smidge. No, I think that's pretty good. So, and what you can do, really, if I hadn't known this was going to be a multi-block, I would have left it as a rectangle, because that makes this step way easier. So I can actually measure, okay, well that's about 4.5. Where's the widest bit? Okay, it can come over a little bit. In saying that, I'm going to leave him over this way. So with whenever I print this chicken, because it looks like he's looking around the corner, I place this chicken closer to that side. However, if you had a rectangle, yeah, you just make sure the gaps on both sides are the same. This one's a bit bigger, and that's okay because that's the effect I like. I usually leave a smaller space up top, slightly larger down the bottom, because you will actually addition it down the bottom. So I just leave a little bit more space so it doesn't look like the chicken or the lino is about to fall off. So I'm actually going to hold that there, and I'm just going to draw around the chicken. I'm now going to cut that out. That's why I always, because I do things like this all the time, I'm going to use my X-Acto knife. Probably not the best knife, but anyway, you get that. For the straighter edges, I can use this. Now, I need it to fit really snug. So I don't want to take too much away. So I'm actually going to cut this on the inside of this line, and then I'm going to try to put it in, take some away, just so this is really snug in there. So that's really snug. Okay, so my next step is I've got here my original lino block, and I've got another fresh piece of lino that I've cut to about the same size. So I'm going to place my original lino block on top because I need both of them to be the exact same shape. I'm going to line it up with the corner here, and I'm just going to get a pencil and draw around it. I need this block to also fit in to my plate here. I'm actually going to carve it so that that line is actually a lot thinner, and I can actually then just use scissors to go around it. So you can see it fits pretty snugly in that spot now. And of course, while I was cutting that, then I did actually think of a easier way to do this, and I've seen other people do it, and I don't know why I just didn't even think about doing it this way. I could have cut a strip of even some old lino, and I could have taped it down here to make that, and then just, instead of worrying about cutting this board, I could have just, when I'm ready to print, slot it in against that corner. Hindsight, hey, I've already put this effort in, I'm going to go with this strategy now. It's a perfectly reasonable way of doing it. The next major step I need to do is I need to get this picture of this chicken onto this lino so I can start carving away what I want to stay white and what I potentially want to be different colours. I'm going to pop my original chicken in to my frame, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer it using tracing paper. probably not the way you normally use tracing paper though. So I'm going to line it up here, and I'm actually just going to attach 2 more of these Turns Burton tabs onto it. My really dodgy washi tape this is. Keeps ripping on me, it's really annoying. Attach them with my bits of washi. Now I need to set up to do some printing, but not just any printing. So this is going to be not the final print. I'm actually going to use a water-based ink for this step. For this, I'm going to use some just SD water-based ink. I don't need heaps because I'm literally only doing 1 print. I am going to remove this just for a second. I'm going to pop it over there. Alright, so I've inked up my block and I'm just literally going to pop it back in here. Okay, so I'm now going to get my tracing paper again. And so the reason I was quite generous with the ink is because I need it to transfer twice. So the first transfer is onto my tracing paper. Now you don't have to use tracing paper. I do just because tracing paper is not as, I find, not as absorbent as regular paper. So I'm going to lift that back up because I've got a print on my tracing paper, and I'm going to swap it out for my blank block. Make sure that's in well. Reattach them there and press onto the new block. And it should, yeah, look at that, leave a print of it. So I've now got an exact copy of that print, this block, on my new block. I've now got here my block. This is the uncarved block with just the little bit of a print on it. I could just leave it like that, but water-based printing ink is known to not be permanent. So basically, after my first print, when I washed this block with that ink off, after that first layer, this will be gone. This print that I've done will be gone. So what I want to do is not carve all of it, but I want to carve the outlines so that I know what's where, and so basically just those larger shapes. So as long as I get my block lined up, you shouldn't see them anyway, because in that final print, it'll print black over the top of those areas. So I'm not overly worried about that, as long as I just kind of keep those marks in between these lines. So I've got my super tiny V, my Speedball super tiny V, and I'm just going to go around and just do a bit of an outline, basically. As you can see probably, is that I've just literally done a very light outline of the chicken, so that if I were to wash that, I would still know where the outline is, and that's probably the most important bit. I've had a little bit of a think about colours and things like that. I've written a list here of the layers I want to do. I can't find my yellow, so there's a chance I might not do a yellow. What I decided on was to do a pastel yellow layer, then a pastel orange, pink, like a pure pink, magenta, and then a pure orange, which is this light orange I've got here. I don't know, if I can't find the yellow, I'll literally just do a light orange, light pink, and then a solid orange, solid pink. So the next stage, I've got to decide what of this needs to stay white. I'm not actually going to keep any of it white other than around the outside. So this first layer, whatever I cut out will stay the color of the paper. So it'll stay white. So I'm only just going to cut around here. I'm actually going to give the block a bit of a clean because this ink that I originally put down, even though it's fully dry, is just coming off. And what will happen is, if I roll ink over that, it'll mix with the ink. And I want really nice light pastel colours to start with for the first layer. My colours might change. I don't know. I'm not sold on my colour palette, and I thought I might introduce a green. I'm not sure how about that, but we'll see. And you know what? We are ready to print our first colour. Okay, so I've printed my first layer. I now need to decide how much of this I'm going to be carving away. With a reduction print, I've done the first light orange layer. Anything I carve away now will stay orange. So I've got to decide exactly what I want to stay orange. I'm not sure whether I do pink for the comb and this. I'm thinking so. So I'm actually thinking out here, I'm going to do a mix of that light and dark orange out here. I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking. So remember, anything I now carve away will stay orange. I'm going to speed it up so that you can see. I need to just get in and cut out anything that I want to be that dark orange color. And I've changed my mind with the color. I'm not doing pink. I'm actually now going to do blue. Just going to see how it turns out, basically. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to stop there before I get too carried away. This guy's ready to print. We're going to go with the light blue. Last layer. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with the last color or the color of the lines yet, but I'm just going to get carving so that I can get printing. Woo! So I've run out of the white paper that I put down, so I've just used some of my craft paper that I use for when I'm making wrapping paper. I've done all the coloured layers. Now at this point I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe doing a dark blue for the outline bit. I just don't know. So I've put some black out. This one here is a little bit dodgy. It kind of moved. I don't know if you can see that. So you see over here it's not lined up properly in that dark orange layer. So it's not one I'm going to sell. So I'm actually going to use this as a bit of a test print. I'm just going to use pure black and just see how that turns out in the background. Now this one, which we've been carving away for the colours, we can chuck that now. Boo! Bye-bye. Alright, so I'm going to print this one black and then we're going to come back and have another chat. Yep, black is a winner. Yeah, black's a winner. I'm doing them all black. I'll give you a bit of a close-up at the end. It's done. Learn a few things. Let's go through some of the things we've learned by this process. The first one is, I love it. Let's just put over here some of the footage of the chicken, the completed chicken. So I ended up using 4 colours. Well, technically 2 colours, but a light and a dark of each colour. What did I find? I really liked how the orange went with the blue, so those complementary colours crossed the colour wheel from each other. And I thought they were really cool. I was originally going to do orange and pink, so analogous colours which are next to each other on the colour wheel. And I went against it because I thought I just wanted to try something a little different. And let me tell you, the blue, it looks cool. I want to try pink and lime green next, maybe, I don't know. A couple of things though, I tried using some stippling in this. I think I used too much ink, and the stippling, you can see it a little bit, but not as much as I'd like it to. Probably in a reduction print isn't the best place for the stippling because I'm already printing on one layer of ink, putting another ink on top. The paper can't absorb that ink, so the ink ends up sitting on top, and it's a lot easier to over ink your block, is what I think has happened. So I want to try stippling again because I thought it looked really cool on the actual block, but when I printed it, it didn't work out so well. So try it again, maybe in a non-reduction print setting. I think the blending of the two was fantastic. I loved it. So I've got another lino block. I've got another lino block of this cow. I'll put a picture of the printed one here. I want to try it with this. Now the problem with it is it's massive. It's so big. This is the biggest liner block I've printed, but I want to do it with the limited versus open edition prints. Open edition prints means I can make them forevermore. The limited edition means I'm only going to make a certain amount, and I've always been torn whether to do what. So I made a decision in this process. Would you like to know it? My decision is, when I print just the line work for the cow or the chicken, it's going to be an open edition, so I'll do it in whatever color, whatever. But when I do it with colors as a reduction / multi-block, they're going to be the limited edition ones. And so once I've done a color, so this was orange and blue, I'll never do it in this color combo again. But I might do this chicken with green and pink, or pink and orange, or yellow and blue, or there's other options that I could do, but each color combo will be limited. And I think this one's about a 20, is about the 20 mark, this color combo. Loved everything about it, and it kind of makes me, because I love bright, as you can see, I just haven't really used bright colors much, and I think this is a great way to bring bright colors, sketchy loose style into me. I love it. Not into me, oh god, into my artworks, into my liner prints. So thank you so much for watching. I've had a ball. I hope you have too. I hope you've made something. I hope you've learned something. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next week for the next one. Don't know what it is yet. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment any color combos you want to see. Comment any questions you've got. And love yous. You legends.